Do you think the removal of NDINDI as the chairperson of Budget and Appropriations Committee in the National Assembly is a boost or a loss for President William Samoei Arap Ruto? How do you think the former Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Gachagua, is going to react to this latest development in UDA party? Remember, he is a former deputy party leader of UDA. How do you think NDINDI himself is going to react to this latest betrayal by President William Ruto and his political associates in the National Assembly? I'm talking about Honorable Silvanus Osoro and Kimani Ichung'wa. How do you think Kenyans are going to react to this latest development? And lastly, what are some of the political consequences that will be created by this action? Please let us know what you think in the comments section. I will be replying to your feedback. But before we proceed, in case this is your first time on the Sport Check YouTube channel, kindly support us by subscribing and turning on the notifications bell. Now, on 5th March 2025, Kenyans.co.ke reported, and I quote, NDINDI kicked out as the chairperson of the National Assembly Committee on Budget and Appropriations. He remains a member of the committee, end of quote. Now, what are some of the responsibilities of Budget and Appropriations Committee, just to help us understand why this committee is so powerful? And I quote from the Parliament's website. The Budget and Appropriations Committee is established pursuant to the provisions of S.O. number 207. It consists of a chairperson and not more than 50 other members. The functions of the committee shall be to investigate, inquire into and report on all matters related to coordination, control and monitoring of the national budget, discuss and review the estimates and make recommendations to the House, examine the budget policy statement presented to the House, examine bills related to the national budget including appropriations bill, and evaluate tax estimates, economic and budgetary policies and programs with direct budget outlays. The Budget Committee constituted by the House immediately following the general election shall serve for a period of 3 calendar years, and that constituted thereafter shall serve for the remainder of those days, end of quote. Now, those are the responsibilities of this intervention committee in the National Assembly. But away from that, I want us to discuss politics, because the removal of NDINDI will create severe political consequences that the head of state will suffer from. Let us begin with political consequences. Number one, there will be negative political relationship between President William Samoei Arap Ruto and NDINDI. And the big question is how? Let me tell you, there will be a creation of a vacuum where NDINDI has been defending President William Ruto's government. And I will never forget, on 2nd January 2024, to be specific, during the burial of the father of the current Nyandarua Senator, that is John Methu, NDINDI was so influential in defending President William Ruto's government. But after the impeachment of Gachagua, NDINDI has gone silent. Now, that particular action will be accelerated by this removal from the Budget and Appropriations Committee. Number two, there will be no representation of President William Ruto's policies, whether in the National Assembly or in Mount Kenya region, because we all understand and believe, I believe, that NDINDI worked so hard to ensure that President William Ruto is elected as Kenya's 5th president. Then lastly, a negative political relationship. There will be no amplification of President William Ruto's policies on the ground. And I want to be honest, there is a disconnect between the public and President William Ruto. That is why in 2024, the Gen Z were able to come out in large numbers to protest against the finance bill of the year 2024-2025 that was withdrawn by President William Ruto under pressure. But how will NDINDI react to this, or what will he do? Let me tell you, NDINDI can now decide to join any political party, but not now because he is still a member of parliament representing the people of Kiaro constituency in Muranga and a UDA ticket. But we have seen people joining political alliances. For example, we have seen Richard Onyonka representing Matiang'i in this coalition that is going to be formed between Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, Martha Karua, Rigathi Gachagua. That is the reality. Now he is free to join any of those political affiliation. Then NDINDI can also decide to remain silent in UDA party until 27. But the reality on the ground, he is not going to participate in the 2027 elections using UDA as a party, and this is a big loss for President William Samoei Arap Ruto. And I asked you earlier, how do you think the former Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua, will react to this particular development in UDA? I want to be honest with you. He will tell his people that, you know what, even our son has been kicked out from a very powerful committee in the National Assembly. And I remember when John Bari was named CS in charge of Treasury and National Planning, Mary Wamunyoro said that that was their seat, kwamba Raila amepewa kiti chao cha jikoni, which was very unfortunate. Any Kenyan can serve in that particular position. But the reality of the ground, I see a possibility of NDINDI going to Wamunyoro and maybe working on how they can deal with President William Ruto in 2027. I don't know what to think. You can let me know what you think in the comments section. And I promise at the end of my videos to carry out civic education. This is what you need to do. You need to register as a voter as soon as possible. And the beauty of doing that, you can be in a position to participate in two types of election. That is general elections and by-election. Number 2, remember to demonetize politics. And lastly, remember to vote for someone with a vision.